Hello and howdy, folks. Here to talk about the newest Sam Raimi film, Oz, the Great and Powerful. I love Sam Raimi. I can never call a Sam Raimi film bad, but this is not great. This is definitely lesser Raimi. I enjoyed it. I thought it was, it succeeded at being a spectacle. I'm going to give it a 6. I think a 6 is fine. It was a little boring. I thought that, casting wasn't fantastic. I also thought it kind of lacked meaning. Something meaningful. Maybe heart. To put it in Wizard of Oz terms, it kind of lacked, brains and heart and courage, but it was okay. Again, I think Raimi is such a master filmmaker that, even trying to make a huge studio summer blockbuster, tentpole picture, he can still get it done and do it with, artistic quality and credential. But, there's just not much here. There's definitely not much here for repeat viewing. I think it's rather forgettable. I did find it creepy here and there. I always think that children's films should be somewhat scary. I was raised with Labyrinth and The Dark Crystal and Never-Ending Story, and those are, kind of disturbing in a way. So I always think that, kids' films should be somewhat disturbing. And I think that Oz definitely fits that bill. The flying monkeys, baboons, were rather terrifying, and there was a good scare. Again, Sam Raimi is a horror director. Cut his teeth with the ultimate Evil Dead trilogy. So there was a good couple of scares in this film, and the danger actually seems real. In terms of acting, that's kind of hit and miss with this film. I thought James Franco was good half the time. And I think James Franco's a good actor, but I think he was good half the time in this character. He seems to be like half the character. Whenever Oz had to be a, manipulative, scheming, ne'er-do-well, Franco's got that more than covered. But when he had to be, wise and uplifting and emotional and heartful, I just kind of thought it was a little awkward. I was like, almost kind of like cringing in a way. There were several performance aspects that made me cringe. Mila Kunis being one of them. Mila Kunis is also in it. Who else is in it? Rachel Weisz. Oh gosh, what's her name? She played the Good Witch. She was married to Heath Ledger for a while. I've forgotten her name. Crap. Michelle something, right? She played Marilyn Monroe. Oh well. She was okay. Again, it seemed like the acting was like okay across the board. I think that comes with kind of playing iconic characters. Maybe there's like extra pressure there, but I just thought the acting was okay. Production design was good. I felt like I was transported to the land of Oz. I guess I never said what the film's about. It's about, the origin story of the land of Oz, basically. We get to see how Oz is transported. We get to meet him in his present life. It's like the original film. It's in black and white. He's swept away to the land of Oz through a tornado, much like Dorothy. When he gets there, it's spectacular color and scenery, and he meets people who are also just symbols of the people he knew in his everyday life back in normal land. Special effects were good. Again, it's good on spectacle. Production design, everything technical is rather good. It was fine music. Danny Elfman did the score. I guess it reminded me a lot of Tim Burton's Alice in Wonderland. I wasn't the biggest fan of the Tim Burton's Alice in Wonderland, but I definitely thought this was superior to that. I'm pretty sure. I haven't seen that in a long time, but I'm pretty sure this was better. Well, at least equal. I didn't think either film was that great, but they definitely aren't bad. I don't know what else to say. I guess it's a kids movie, so I tried to look at it from that aspect, and by that, again, it's certainly mesmerizing. I think a kid would have fun watching it, and again, it is scary. I just wish that it had more to teach. There's definitely a lot of lessons to be learned when you watch the original Wizard of Oz. Here, not so much. Not so much. And again, it is kind of forgettable. I usually I watch this here at home on Blu-ray. Usually I keep the disc, but I had to return it, so I don't have that visual aid for you. But I did rent it and watch it on Blu-ray here at home. And again, it looked good. I watched it maybe 4 days ago, and I haven't thought about it at all. And I've kind of forgotten, some of it. Zach Braff's also in it. He was fine. I'm trying to remember any other big names. Michelle Williams, finally, I think, right? That's her name? Crap. No, it doesn't feel right to me. Anyway, she was, again, all the acting is just like half odd. And from every single performance across the board, it's like half great, half weird. So, I don't know. It just, that lends itself to that creepy, odd quality, but it's just the casting. The acting is fine. It's just the casting. They're just doing the best they can. I laughed pretty much every time. I don't think I'm spoiling anything here, but Mila Kunis, I guess she is the Wicked Witch of the West. But in this film, we see her become the iconic Wicked Witch of the West. And she's really pumped to play the role, I'll give her that, but she screams all of her lines. She'll start soft and then scream the last two words, and it's not only screamed but enhanced with sound effects screaming. So it was just kind of weird, I thought. I honestly, I can't remember too much about the end of the film. Just kind of a forgettable film, but it looked good, and it was entertaining to a point. A little boring, not too smart, oddly acted here and there. I guess you would say it's oddly written. It's oddly written. It wasn't very exciting at all. I can't remember who wrote this. I don't think Sam Raimi had a hand in writing it. Maybe his brother Ted did, but I'm not sure of that. I don't know what else to say. I think I've said pretty much all my thoughts on the matter. It was all right. I'm glad I watched it just because I've heard so many people talking about it. So I'm definitely glad I watched it, but it's I don't know if I'm recommending it. You know, some 6s I could recommend, but definitely 7 and up for me is a recommendation. So I'm giving this a 6. So I'm not going to tell people in my peer group to watch this film. I would tell kids to watch it, you know, or parents who have kids and be like, yeah, okay, it's not terrible for them to watch. So yeah, I mean, whatever. I kind of wished that I had seen it in the big screen, just because Raimi's such a fantastic director. I mean, that's why I'm giving it a 6, is because of Sam Raimi. If it weren't for him and his genius style, then I probably would give this a 5, maybe even lower. But there's definitely a lot of great camera work here. You know, Raimi's kind of known for his camera work, and that definitely holds true here. I'm just rambling now. So that's Sam Raimi's newest film, Oz, the Great and Powerful, and I'll give it a so-so 6. Thanks much.